welcome to my channel. I talk about all things fashion, beauty and lifestyle for the over 30s woman. Today I wanted to talk about cleansing and some of my favourite cleansers that have been sitting on my bathroom shelf for quite some months. They're pretty universal in their appeal, they're suited to pretty much every skin type, and there are some really affordable options too. Cleansing is such a massive part of my skincare regime. It's the one area that I don't compromise on. I'm a firm believer in double cleansing. It's something that I do without compromise every single evening. The first cleanse is very much about taking my makeup off, taking any heavy skincare like SPF off, and the second cleanse is very much about getting to that deep down dirt and grime that often you don't necessarily see on the surface. The first cleanse is normally an oil or a balmy type texture, which really helps to melt away all of that makeup and dirt that's sitting on the surface of my skin. I then follow up with a second cleanse, which tends to be more creamy or a very light foaming cleanser, just to help really cleanse away that remaining sweat and residue that may be sitting on the surface. In the morning, I also use a cleanser in the shower to get rid of not only the sweat and the dirt that's built up overnight, but also to get rid of the residue from all of my night products. I use quite heavy night creams and oils before I go to bed, so using a great cleanser is a really great way of starting with a really clean base. If you don't cleanse properly, all of that stuff is sitting on the surface of your skin, and you can put all of the lotions and potions and magic expensive creams on top, but they're not necessarily going to penetrate and actually do the job that you're paying them to do. The majority of skincare issues that I come across from friends and family and from readers as well are all rooted in ineffective cleansing, so it's such an important part of every single regime. So I thought I'd take you through some of my favourite cleansers that I'm using both morning and evening to really help my skin to look and feel its best. These are sitting on my bathroom shelf, they're also in my shower, and I chop and change depending on how much makeup I'm using, what skincare I'm using, and just generally how my skin is feeling. I'm a firm believer that you should constantly be evolving your skincare regime. It's never a good idea just to stick with one product every single day, because our skin changes depending on the time of year, how much sleep we're getting, where we are in our menstrual cycle. So many different things impact how our skin looks, feels and behaves. So our skincare should definitely be reflecting that and targeting any issues we're having. So let's get stuck in and I'll show you some of my favourite cleansers. So this is from Milk. It's their newest vegan milk cleanser, and as you can see I've already got halfway through this because I really like it. They're definitely having a bit of a moment. They're definitely one of the hottest brands out there, and they create some really innovative products and really innovative textures. This is completely vegan friendly, and I use this as my second cleanse. I find that it's really creamy in texture. It doesn't foam up loads, it's quite gentle on the skin, and it doesn't leave my face feeling dry or tight, which can often happen with a lot of kind of creamy, milky, foaming cleansers that really strip away a lot of the moisture. I feel like after using this, my skin looks and feels really clean, but also quite hydrated. You don't need a lot of this either, a little does go a really long way, and it just feels like a really pleasurable cleanse. I would definitely say this would pretty much suit every single skin type. It's not really going to aggravate, it doesn't have kind of lots of added nasties in there. Unless you've got super sensitive skin, I would pretty much recommend this for everybody. This is definitely one of my all-time favourite cleansers. I've gone through so many bottles of this already. I believe this is like my third, and I think I've got another couple in the cupboard as well, for fear of running out. This is from a really great British brand called Arc Skincare. All of their products are cruelty-free, they're vegan-friendly, they're full of so many good ingredients, but they're a really affordable and accessible price point. This is their Skin Essential Pre-Cleanse and Makeup Remover. So this is essentially your first step. It's a really beautiful oil-like texture. It's not heavily fragranced. It really melts onto the skin as well. If you can see kind of how that looks, it's just like an oil. It really melts onto the face. It melts away all of the makeup, including mascara, which sometimes a lot of cleansers don't really touch. I find this super effective. It's definitely a default one for me. It's the one that I reach for kind of when I'm feeling a bit lazy and I don't really know what to use. It's just kind of the one that I fall back into the habit of using. It's just a really beautiful product. It does have a fragrance. It's not super heavy. It's just a really great all-round product that's formulated for all ages and pretty much all skin types. It does have kind of a preconception that it's more of an eye makeup remover because that's what it says in the title, but essentially it's just a makeup remover oil. You can use it twice if you don't want to use another product so that you can double cleanse, but basically this is a fab product that I love a lot. If you're looking for a more affordable alternative, then this is definitely the one. I stumbled across this brand when I was looking on Cult Beauty for affordable cleansing balms because I love a balm, and I hadn't heard of this brand before. It's called Versed. This is their Day Dissolve Cleansing Balm, and if you're familiar with Clinique's Take the Day Off balm, it's basically the same thing, but it's a third of their price. This is only about £10, and if you can see, I've used a fair bit of this already. It's just a really beautiful texture. It's a non-heavy cleansing balm and it really emulsifies well. It really melts as soon as you touch it. It is super easy to massage around the face. It's just a really lovely cleansing balm, and for the price point, I just don't think you can do better. I do love Clinique's Take the Day Off balm, but it can get quite pricey because it's about £30 a tub, and this is literally the same thing. It looks like it, it feels like it even smells like it a little bit, and it performs just as good. This has been one of the ones that I reach for pretty much every day. It's a permanent fixture on my bathroom shelf, and when I run out, I'm absolutely going to repurchase this because I just don't think I'm going to be able to find one that's better than this for the price point. So Pixi are a really great skincare brand. They do so many great formulas. They have some really affordable yet effective products. They really try and push the boundaries of what they create in terms of utilising really great ingredients, adapting skincare trends, just creating things that make skincare a bit more fun and enjoyable and different, and always like there's something new that you want to experience. This is part of their Milky collection. This is their Hydrating Milky Cleanser. It's got coconut and probiotics within the formula as well. Probiotics, if you're not too aware, essentially they feed all of the good bacteria that sits on the surface of your skin, and an imbalanced microbiome, which is essentially the unique makeup of those millions of bacteria. An imbalanced microbiome has been associated with skin conditions like rosacea, eczema, blemishes, early onset wrinkles, lots and lots of things. So basically, if you can keep that in check, it's always a good idea. This, you need such a small amount. You literally need a pea-sized amount for your entire face. Like, that's literally how much I would use for my entire face. It emulsifies really well. It's really beautiful in terms of the texture. It's quite rich. It's quite sort of easy to massage around the skin, but it's definitely a little bit kind of sticky. It's quite an unexpected texture. I definitely find that this is great as a second cleanse. It's really great when I want to take those 5 minutes out to really massage and cleanse my face properly, but I do find it can be a little bit drying. So if you've got dry skin already, I definitely wouldn't suggest that you go down this route, but if you've got oily skin or you've got pretty normal skin and you're not too fussed about using a product that could be potentially a little bit drying, then this is a great cleanser to use, particularly in the shower if you're kind of using it in the morning. I definitely sort of rush to put on a moisturiser straight after I've used this because it does leave my skin feeling a bit parched, but my skin definitely is much smoother and softer. So you kind of take the wins with the losses. This is really affordable and it's just a great cleanser that I do enjoy using. Now this one is definitely the product that I'm most delighted and surprised by. I'm not a huge fan of buying into kind of mass market cleansers or foaming cleansers that you can normally get off the high street because I find them quite drying on the skin and they don't really kind of deliver what I want. This one though is from Garnier. I believe it's only around kind of £5 or £6. It's not that expensive and it's absolutely beautiful. This is their detox gel wash. It's got fresh lemongrass in there, which is grown in Sri Lanka. It's vegan, it's certified organic by the British Soil Association. It's got loads of great ingredients in there, so you've got coconut, sugarcane, lemongrass, cornflower, but you've also got things in there like salicylic acid. So it's just generally a really great cleanser. I keep this in my shower and I use it every morning just because I find it really refreshing, really invigorating. The lemongrass just helps to kind of boost my mood and awaken my senses. It's just a really beautiful cleanser. It doesn't leave my skin feeling dry or dehydrated. I don't rush to try and put something on my face as soon as I've used this. It just leaves my complexion feeling really clear, really smooth, and it's definitely one I'm going to repurchase when I've finished. This is definitely been kind of the most surprising of all of the cleansers that I've used in the last probably year. It's just really beautiful, and who would have thought that one of my favourite cleansers came from Garnier? If there was a classic cleanser, then this would definitely be in the top 5. This is Emma Hardie's Moringa Cleansing Balm, which I've used so many times. I've had so many pots of this stuff because it's just really, really beautiful. It smells incredible as well. I've just started using this pot, so there's still quite a lot in there, but it's a really beautiful balm texture. It comes as a solid, and once you kind of maneuver your finger around the pot, it starts to melt, so you can lift away a little, and it's just really, really beautiful. It melts on the skin as well, so you can massage your face really, really well and beautifully to lift away that makeup and the dirt and the grime, and it's just a very evocative product. It's got so many great ingredients in there. I mean, it says on the pack, it not only deep cleanses, but it minimises the appearance of pores, rebalances, hydrates, moisturizes and conditions the skin. So it's very, very hydrating. A lot of cleansers can be quite drying, but this one I just find I adore using. It is quite expensive for what it is, but you need such a little amount that it kind of makes it worth it. And for me, cleansing is definitely the part of my routine that I look forward to the most, that I really, really enjoy. I think having those 5 or 10 minutes in front of the bathroom shelf goes a long way. So if you can use a product that you really love and really works for you, then that's an investment you can make in yourself. So this is definitely one of my all-time favourite cleansers. Now, it's quite unusual to find a cleansing balm in a tube format, but this is what we've got from the Inky List. Again, this is one I found while browsing Cult Beauty for more affordable cleansing balms, because some of my favourites are normally 30, 40, 50 pounds for a pot, which just gets a little bit ridiculous after a while. So I was trying to find ones that are more affordable. The Inky List, if you're not familiar with it, is a brand that's definitely sort of gaining traction. They tend to have much more simplified products that don't have kind of excessive ingredients in there. They tend to focus on kind of a product with one main ingredient that delivers X, Y and Z, rather than saying it delivers the earth. And I just find them quite refreshing. They're quite similar to brands like The Ordinary if you use them. And this Oat Cleansing Balm is just a really beautiful formula. It's a traditional balm that looks like this, and I'd probably use about that much to do my entire face. It's very, very lightweight. It's not solid. It comes out in a sort of liquid formula, so it's very easy to kind of apply that to your face and massage it around to lift away your makeup and dirt. And I find personally it just leaves my skin feeling really lovely. It doesn't really have a scent, so it's really inoffensive. And the oat ingredients as well, they're really good for kind of calming the skin. Oats are well known for being great for skin conditions like eczema, because they have really calming and anti-inflammatory properties. So if you've got kind of more sensitive skin or dry skin, or you're prone to kind of irritation, then this could definitely be one that would work for you. I believe this tube is only about £10 or £11, so it's really affordable. I've been using it for quite some time, and I'm probably only about a third of the way through, so you do get a lot for your money. What's actually really lovely about this as well is that they recommend that you can leave this on for 10 minutes and actually use it as a nourishing face mask as well. So it's a bit of a multifunctional one, so you get lots of goodness for your money. So they're the cleansers that I'm reaching for pretty much every single day. I do chop and change them depending on how I'm feeling, and I also try different things when they arrive and when I decide to make an impulse purchase as well. So this very much isn't my kind of definitive cleansing routine, but these are very much the products that I've been using for probably about the last 3 months at least, and I'll continue to use them until the very last drop. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, and let me know what your favourite cleanser is in the comments.